Hi, this is Diana Rogers and welcome to Sustainable Dish. I'm a nutritionist and cookbook author and I live here at Clark Farm in Carlisle, Massachusetts. My passion is teaching people about how to grow and cook healthy food. My husband Andrew is the farm manager here, and along with his crew, they run a vegetable and meat CSA. We have pasture-based chickens, ducks, goats, sheep, and pigs. Come with us and learn more about how great food is grown and why it's so good for you. Hi, today we're going to make some Chevre, which is a very easy goat's cheese to make for somebody who's new at making goat cheese. The process might sound a little intimidating, but it's actually really easy. This is the simplest cheese to make. So right here I have some fresh goat's milk. You can buy goat's milk usually at a natural food store. Most recipes call for 1 gallon, but here I've got a quart, so I'm just going to cut the other ingredients into quarters and just use a quarter of the enzyme. So we've got goat's milk. This is cheesecloth. So this is an unbleached cheesecloth that I'm using. You can also use the white stuff as well. I've got, this is the Chevre enzymes, which you can mail order for, or if there is a store near you that's like a beer, wine, and hobby, that's where I found this. And it's sold frozen, so you keep this in the freezer until you're ready to use it. And then a digital thermometer, because we have to heat the milk to a certain temperature. And finally some string, because we're going to be hanging the cheese once it's ready in the cheesecloth. So we're gonna start with the first step, which is heating the milk to 86 degrees and then adding the enzyme. Okay, so I'm ready to heat up the milk. Goat's milk is naturally homogenized, so it doesn't separate. So you'll see there's no cream rising to the top. It's all blended together. This is the Chevre starter, which is just a whole bunch of different microbial enzymes that are going to turn this milk into Chevre. So because this recipe calls for 1 gallon of milk to 1 packet of starter, what I've done is I've taken the starter and just not very scientifically divided it into 4, because I'm using 1 quart of milk. And so I'm just gonna add a quarter of the packet, and I'll save the rest of it for future batches. So I'm gonna turn the heat off, and then I'm going to add just 1 of these quarters. And then cover it. We're gonna let this sit for 12 hours, and then tomorrow morning I'm gonna show you how to do the rest of it. Okay, so it's the next day, and the milk has sat overnight in the pot. So now it is separated a little bit. And so what I need to do now is I've just got a colander and a bowl. I'm gonna pour the mixture into the colander, let it drain a little bit, and I'm gonna pour it over this cheesecloth. And then we'll tie it up and hang it, okay? So you can see the milk is separated. What we're pouring off is the whey, and what we'll be left with is the Chevre. I'm gonna pull it up, but I just want to see if you can see it here. This is where the string comes in. First we'll squeeze it a little bit. And then you can let it sit for about 6 to 12 hours, and The longer you let it sit, the drier the cheese will get. So 6 hours will produce kind of a soft cheese, like a spreadable cheese, more like cream cheese kind of thing. And then if you let it sit a little bit longer, it's a little thicker. Okay, so I'm just gonna hang this up and then I'll show you what it looks like after. The cheese has now soaked for 6 hours. Sometimes I let it go a little bit longer, but basically it's pretty hard now. In the bottom of this bowl is just the leftover whey. So you can get a mold and put it into a mold and make a little, like one of those Chevre logs that you see in the stores, but I'm just gonna put it in this bowl and use it like a spread. I'm taking off the string that I used to secure it up. And basically, I'm just going to carefully so it's a little messy, but you get the idea. This cheesecloth can just go right into the compost, actually. And I happen to have some flaxseed crackers here, which is a nice accompaniment. Now, if you wanted to add some fresh herbs, this is the time you would do that. So some fresh chives is really nice in here, fresh thyme, whatever fresh herbs you like, or you can just keep it plain. If you were to leave it to hang a little bit longer, then it would just be a little more firm. There you have it, homemade Chevre. It's really, really simple. It's great. And this will keep in your fridge for about a week.